Folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. It is a beautiful day today. Been almost warm. I mean, almost to that part of just, I mean, look at this. I'm in short sleeves, you know. I'm in short sleeves today. It's right on the edge of short sleeve, long sleeve weather. But it's the first day of January. This is amazing. So I've actually been kind of productive today. I've got a news brief, but I want to start off first with something that some of you are going to love and some of you are not going to like at all. And so I'm giving you this warning. Not that I really care, but it's a warning that I'm going to get a little preachy for a moment because I have a scripture verse that I want to read. If you don't like it, it's my channel, so I guess you can deal with it. And the reason why I'm reading this to you is because I think it shows exactly where we are headed here today with our system, our society, our culture in this nation, this people. And I just want to point out that many times in the Bible where it's talking about nations, a lot of times it's not talking about the government, it's talking about the people, So keep that in mind. This is found in Jeremiah 12, verses 16 and 17. Sorry about the wind noise if you're hearing that. Then if they who really learn the ways of my people, if they that learn the ways of my people, that's talking about the people that aren't Israel, okay? That's talking about other people, okay? Not the people of Israel at the time. If they will really learn the ways of my people, to swear by my name, as the Lord lives, even as they taught my people to swear by Baal, they will be built up in the midst of my people. But if they will not listen, then I will uproot that nation, uproot and destroy it, declares the Lord. Jeremiah 12, 16 and 17. Kind of prophetic to what's happening right now. Speaking of the weather today, well, the weather's going to change. It looks like that many of us, including here and some of you, have some stormy weather tomorrow. So be prepared for that. According to the weather, that it looks like there could be some chances of tornadoes. So if you find yourself in that area, most certainly be getting ready for it. Speaking of that, it's in the news. 2023 could start with a severe weather outbreak in the South. So those of you in the Midwest and South, get ready because tomorrow could be a pretty stormy one. I know here they're calling for thunderstorms pretty much all day tomorrow with the chance of some of those being severe. Moving on, Bank of America. Their economists say that 2023 could be a difficult year. We've heard that it was going to be that it was a recession, a really bad recession, maybe a depression, and now they're saying a difficult year. Just like I've been telling you for the last few weeks, that it doesn't really seem that there's a lot of good being predicted in 2023, so certainly get ready for that. Speaking of the very thing, Putin and Xi Jinping they've buddied up once again. They had a virtual meeting this time, and they vowed even closer ties together. Of course, this is as Russia is continuing to bombard Ukraine and as China is making very overt threats against Taiwan. In this meeting, they both concluded and agreed that NATO was the biggest threat that they face. Speaking of threats, North Korea vows an exponential increase in nuclear activity. Exponential increase. Yeah, and they're planning on building up their nuclear arsenal quite large. We really don't know exactly all that they have. That's been a pretty tight kept secret, and with China aiding them, it's quite possible that they have a nuclear arsenal that could seriously do some damage, especially in Japan, Guam, Philippines, Australia, but even possible to our own West Coast. European energy crisis is just getting worse. France is at the verge of rationing electricity. So they're already, we're not even officially a month into the winter. And France is already talking about the possibility of rationing electricity. Europe is going through a major crisis and really a collapse. And don't think that just because you're in America that collapse of Europe is not going to affect you, because it is. It's most definitely going to affect you. Speaking of things that makes you go hum, New York has approved the composting of human bodies. I wonder why. I wonder why they have approved the composting of human bodies. Could it be because of this? Yes, this is kind of what we talked about last night with Dr. Lewis in our video we did over on Rumble. If you haven't watched that, I'll leave a link in the description below. It's also been posted over on BitChute and Rumble, because we talked about things that cannot be discussed here on YouTube. So you'll be able to watch it over there. Now, this is an hour-long video, but we really get into the nitty-gritty of this new variant that's been unleashed upon all of us. In fact, so much so that now Australia and Canada become the latest countries to impose mandatory testing, where they do the testing on travelers from China. The United States have already started doing this. So there does seem to be an uptick of this, folks. Should probably be aware of it. Along with that is the continued shortages of medicines. Ordinary medicines are quickly becoming a national health emergency. The shortage of those ordinary medicines. I hear every week, I get emails from people, whether it's pictures or just telling me a story of how, maybe their child was ill, or they were ill, or they're just at the store and they notice that the shelves in the pharmacy area are completely bare. It's getting very, very difficult to purchase basic over-the-counter medications because of this massive shortage, and it's just going to continue to get worse. This is why we have to get prepared, folks. I've just shown you just a few things. We ran through that like that. I assure you there's a whole lot more. There's a whole lot more to talk about and a whole lot more going on. And this is absolutely why we need to be doing everything we can, like I talked about this morning, doing everything that you can to get yourselves ready. Getting your house in order, preparing, coming together as, little groups, your tribe, building that. And maybe you already kind of have some kind of semblance of a tribe going on. We'll work to come up with ways that you can really help each other. Maybe it's bulk buying. That's a very simple thing. We do that here in our group. If we find something that, we can get the price down, if you order so much of it, well, maybe, a bunch of us will buy 50 pounds of it or something like that so that we get a good deal. That's a simple way of doing it, but also coming up with plans for how you're going to assist each other, communicate with each other, barter with each other, come to each other's aid, and protect each other when things really start falling apart. And it most likely will, just like it said there in Jeremiah, that the people that do not uphold his ways, the people that do not call him by his name and that call out to him, that they will, just like the children of Israel when they turn their backs on the Father, that he will uproot and destroy that nation. So folks, it's time to get your houses in order, to prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.